All right, my friends. Good morning. This is Dave Sharpe. Hope you all are doing and actually hearing a little bit better now that I've turned on the very fancy and important microphone. Um, so good morning. We have yet another. God, how do we keep coming up with these people? Where are they coming from? Well, they're coming from our community. They're coming from going through our training. Isn't it refreshing to actually have people who are operating companies and training platforms that actually want to talk to their customers and clients instead of most companies and gurus who sell things online who don't want to hear from their customers, especially not publicly. So anyways, I just logged on 15 seconds ago, still kind of rubbing the sleep out of my eye, even though I've been up for, it seems like 4 hours since my son woke up at the butt crack of dawn this morning. But anyways, with that being said, I'm going to invite a woman who knows all about that. 6 kids, growing an online business. Let's hear what it's all about. Christa, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. You know all about that butt crack of dawn, don't you?
Oh my gosh, yeah, and all night long.
Let me just take a moment of silence and just really kind of pay my dues to you.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, 6 children.
It's outrageous.
It's insanity. I mean, for me, look, I mean, I can handle pretty much anything in life, but that's what I've learned about myself. But kids, they test every single fiber of who I think I am on a daily basis.
Oh, 100%. I feel that. We have 6 kids under age 8, and it
Oh,
is
for
like,
God's sakes.
yeah, and I birthed every single one of them. Yeah, it's wild. I never thought I would have 6 kids ever. My husband said he only wanted to have 2 kids, but we had our 3 boys first, and I really wanted a girl, so we just kept going. And fourth, I got my girl, and we were done. And then we had surprise twin boys.
Oh,
Surprise.
that's
Yeah.
that's uh that's the big guy upstairs throwing a little Salt Bay, little humor down on you, right?
Exactly. Yep. What do they say? You make plans, but God laughs or something.
Yeah, it's interesting,
So
right? So, man, I would have like after 4, I would have shut down the factory, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But I gotta say, honestly, if you don't shut down the factory, then those surprises they tend to happen,
they
you
pop
know?
up for sure. For
They just
sure.
pop up. Well, I don't know how you do it. I just even the fact that you're alive and that all of your kids are still alive, let alone because I mean that's what when people bring kids over to my house like to for them to play with like my daughter, I basically say, well, we'll keep them alive. That's about all we can promise, right? I mean, that's kind of some days that's all you can do, right? I mean, it's like building a business and nurturing your children. I mean, some days it's just about keeping them alive, right?
For sure, for sure. And I finally now started realizing like I need to delegate, I need help. My parents just moved down, so they help us a little bit. My dad is here in the other room watching the kids for me while I'm on this interview.
Wow.
But yeah, it's like as moms, we just think we need to do it all, like and
Yeah.
have it all. And you can have it all and do it all and be it all,
Sure.
but
But well, and I gotta say, so like you're doing this, and I'm teeing this up. You guys may think, oh, why are we talking about kids on a marketing show? But it's all relevant because, especially when you're working from home, it
yeah,
all matters. It's all kind of the same thing. You're trying to fill pockets of the day, but oh my gosh, I'm tired. I don't really want to stare at a computer screen. I don't really want to record something. I want to just take a nap. Oh shit, I can't take a nap. I got 6 kids. I mean, it's like just keeping your kids alive, let alone nurturing them, let alone building a business. It is you can have anything and everything, but it's a lot of work. So just tell us a little bit about kind of how you are finding the time and how you do find the balance, especially now just finding out that you've been doing most of raising all your children kind of like on your own, like without
Yeah.
nannies and stuff like that. I mean, wow, like how are you finding the time?
Yeah, I now just recently, because I've been getting so busy in this business, I just recently hired a babysitter to come and help me a few days a week. But actually, she was supposed to come today and she canceled. So I had to call my dad up. But they literally just moved down only a few months ago. So I have been doing this all on my own. My husband is amazing. He gets home from working all day and then lets me go and do some work in the bedroom and just record videos and batch videos and do whatever I can do to keep growing my audience and creating content. So
I mean, so many moms, if dad comes home, are just going to be in like, there's nothing wrong with this. So I don't want to make it sound like any moms, I'm shaming you for this, but like a lot of times when the other parent comes home, it's like, give me a timeout because I want to go take a nap. You know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, and so you're finding the energy. So first of all, are how do you find the energy? Do you make sure you get enough sleep? Are you naturally just kind of energetic? What are you doing to just keep your energy up?
I mean, I've always been like a morning person, so I have tried to wake up before the kids, although this past year has been so hard with the twins. They have not been sleeping at all. And so I try to, when I put them down for a nap, I try to like do as much as I can. And they nap maybe for like 2 hours or something. So in those 2 hours, I try to be so intentional and just get whatever I can get done, just batch videos or email people or like just hustle, you know?
Wow.
And I just feel like if you're intentional with your time, I mean, there's so many like time wasters out there right now, like just scrolling social media and whatever,
Yeah.
watching TV. But it's like if you're intentional with your time, I feel like you can get a lot done. Like,
So what does that mean to you? Because you're right. I mean, you can get lost on TikTok or
yeah.
Instagram for 15, 30 minutes, even an hour, and just like that. So how really can you say a little bit more about how you are intentional and what that looks like for you?
Yeah, so I guess when I wake up in the morning, I try to, in my head, have kind of a game plan for the day. And it's kind of a bummer sometimes because if they don't nap, then I'm like, oh, I get a little bit behind. But I try not to beat myself up about it because I'm like, okay, I can fit it in somewhere else. Like you can always find time, I feel like, if you have a great enough like why. And, you know, I really wanted to make extra money to help my husband out. This past year, was really hard with the pandemic. His salary got cut. I mean, and when I was pregnant with the twins, I had to be on bed rest and we had to pay for daycare for the other kids for just a couple months. Um, and that was so expensive. Like I had to do something to make extra cash and I tried everything. And then this is when I came across TikTok and another couple moms doing this and they were crushing it. They had a huge audience and I just kind of started modeling what was popular out there. I did dabble with TikTok at first, but I wasn't really teaching anything. I think that's the key is just teaching something that people can get out of it, like can learn from you. So
Yeah.
I wasn't teaching anything right away, but when I crossed over and started modeling these other popular videos and teaching people about affiliate marketing and high ticket affiliate marketing, etc., is when I really saw my audience grow and my income grow. So
So had you ever done, and this has all been in the last 2 months, is that
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Holy shit. So have you ever done any marketing of any sorts or anything like this before?
No, I have been on Instagram first, and I have grown my following over there, but I think TikTok was totally just organic. Like I started on there, and over on Instagram, I was just posting random pictures of the family. We were doing matching outfits, etc. But like,
Mm.
I wanted TikTok to be something more. And so I started only teaching, like on this account that I created on TikTok, I started only teaching people about making money online and how to do affiliate marketing. And I feel like it just blew up. Like it's grown
Yeah.
so fast. Like,
Yeah. So it's interesting because I was thinking about this yesterday. I get a lot of thinking time on the weekends because I am on a lot of long walks with my son. That's like, he loves to be outside, even though it's 150,000 degrees outside, but he just loves doing walks. And I was thinking yesterday, like how different my life and even our business is since completely and totally stopped using social media for anything except business. Like there was a time to where I mixed in kind of like things that were for family and things that were like pictures of my kids and pictures of different things that I was interested in, like a car, a watch, or like cigars, or just like a little motivational quote that was kind of, but now I exclusively and totally do this show. And then we take this show and we kind of syndicate it out in a couple of different places. But this is sort of my, and for me, I'm mainly creating content for our community here and giving our customers, clients, affiliates a platform to speak. But for an affiliate like you or others, you might exclusively be marketing on TikTok or exclusively. But I feel like that focus of being like so clear, like I'm not going to make this account about multiple things. Like I'm not going to make it about the things I'm interested in and my kids and kind of have mixed messages. I'm just going to be completely and totally focused and dialed in about this one message, one topic, this one thing that I do. And I don't know. It's for us. It's just, and for me personally, it's brought in so much clarity and peace, and it's brought us so much momentum because we're creating consistent content, and it's had time to kind of like an avalanche, right? Like a snowball, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Does that resonate with you at all? The focus and kind of what I just said and what comes up for you?
yes, 100%. There are other platforms. I feel like, like Instagram is good. Like they have stories and everything, and you can show like I show behind the scenes. Like, we went down to Marco Island last weekend and I just showed, what we were doing as a family because people are interested in that. Also, they want to see how a family of 8 like gets around and how do you travel and stuff like that. So I've been trying to show some of that also. But like when I'm on TikTok, I'm trying to keep it just business, and so that people know they can come here to learn this specific thing. Because honestly, I hate to say it, but we can all be a little bit selfish. Like you go to social media, a lot of people go to social media to see what they can get out of it, like
Yeah.
some people are like, I don't care, like what you ate for breakfast, or I don't care what your dog is doing or
Right.
whatever, it's like I want to learn something. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Right. I get that. I think that's a great way to explain it because it's like, well, I'm interested in watches and I'm interested in cigars, but maybe only a small 1% of my audience who follows me for business stuff is also interested in those things. So those kind of posts kind of send mixed messages. Whereas if every single post is about the same thing or at least the same topic, I just think from my experience, personal experience, and of trying lots of different things in really also looking at what works, whether it be television, whether it be radio, and whether it be now online, is a theme and a consistency of whether it be the topics. Like if you look at any sitcom or you look at any talk show, they always have the same intro. They always have the same like kind of theme song that introduces the show. They have the same format for the show. So I think human beings like an element of predictability. And then whatever the variety is, like if you think of Jerry Springer, why would human beings like to watch that sort of chaos? Well, it's structured chaos within a template. And the same thing with Oprah, and the same thing with Sally, Jesse, Raphael, the same thing with The Price is Right, right? You don't sit down and every single day it's just this totally there, different thing. You sit down and it's the same theme song, it's the same structure, it's the same kind of format of the show. And then there's variety within the show with a different guest and et cetera. And I think that's, if we look at what's worked, we don't really have to play a guessing game and feel so pressured to mix in pictures and posts and videos about family and about this and about that. We can just simplify it and make it business focused, or whatever the topic is of your account. And that's kind of what I hear that you've done on TikTok that has exploded you to 100 and almost 70,000 followers in 2 months, right?
Yeah, it was crazy. That's the thing. I mean, you don't have to reinvent the wheel, like you look at other people's accounts or whatever, whoever you follow in your niche. And it's like, what are they doing that is working? And then you take one of their most viral videos and you just model that. Like it's so easy. It blows my mind. And I tell people all the time, like they're like, how did you grow your account so fast, etc. And it's like, and I feel like you can apply this to anything and any platform. Just take what is working out there and what is going viral and just recreate that same thing. And the thing is, it's not going to be the same as that other person's, because you are the brand. Like, people are there to watch you and you're going to put your own spin on it, so it's like,
Yeah.
don't feel bad. Like, people are like, oh, I don't want to copy. I'm just like, model my videos. If like my team members or whoever signs up with me or whatever, it's like, just model my videos and you should definitely see some growth.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's interesting, how we tend to overcomplicate things.
For sure.
So this teaching, like, you had this kind of light bulb moment to where you said, okay, I need to be teaching something. Talk to us about like that light bulb moment for you, and then how you transition to actually feeling credible enough. I think a lot of people kind of struggle with that imposter syndrome. So what was the light bulb moment for you like to realize, oh, I need to be teaching something? And how did you overcome your own sort of versions of imposter syndrome?
I just felt like I had my own personal account on TikTok where I was just posting, like just dumb stuff or whatever, and I wasn't growing my account at all. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I got like 1 follower today or something. I'm like, what the heck? And so, I mean, really what I did, like I said, is just looked at what other people were doing that was working. And I'm like, okay, like, they're bringing value. They are teaching on a subject. And I'm like, I can do that, And I feel like, yes, you have imposter syndrome and everything, but I was looking at some of the people that were supposed to be experts in the field, and I'm like, they're not that great, Like, they don't deliver it that well. So I'm like, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, I am a strong woman. I'm a mother of 6. I can
Yeah.
friggin' do this,
Well, yeah. And I think that's a great way to frame it. Is, why do some of us look at something and say, if they can do it, I can do it, while others look at somebody and say, well, they're doing it, but I could never do it like that. I really feel like the folks who and there are more people who look at people and say, I could never do it like that, or there's already people who are doing it. Why would anybody listen to me? Whereas you're saying that when you looked at people, you said, God, if they can do it, I can do it. I feel like that is such a huge gold nugget in a success leaves clues kind of thing. Can you just say a little bit more about that, kind of how you think and how you look at other people and then size yourself up and say, if they can do it, I can do it?
I mean, I just feel like I just feel like my mom raised me to be like a strong woman, and it's like, don't let anyone look down upon you or whatever. And like, with the technology that we have nowadays, you can learn anything so fast. Like, there are training programs out there. I have invested in myself. I have bought in training programs that are amazing, and the Legendary is awesome. And you can learn it. And you can do anything you want to do nowadays. Like don't listen to the haters. Like there are so many people online that want to bring you down. It's like the crab syndrome, you know, where somebody tries to climb out and get free and they try to just pull you back down. No, like you cannot listen to that, you know? And I feel like my husband and I have never listened to anyone else. Like we've always done what we wanted. We have 6 kids. It's like we are growing an online business. I'm going to launch my own online course here soon. And it's like, I will not let anyone tell me that I can't do it, you know?
Yeah. And I love that, because I think that so many people, I was thinking about this the other day too, Krista, and I love that philosophy, and I love your outlook, and I love who you are as a woman too, because you know, my wife's the same way, and I think you have a little bit more endurance with kids, but you know, we all have our strengths and weaknesses. Our kids are really kind of, it's just funny how certain people are really strong in some areas. My wife's a wonderful woman, but just our kids just, you know, for whatever reason, they're just exhausting. You know, we love them to death. We give them all of our time and energy, but I just can't imagine. I think if you have more kids, you just step your game up.
Definitely.
But when you're looking at somebody with 6 kids and you have 2 kids, and you're kind of like, holy shit, like I would die if I was them. But I love, this is what I was thinking about the other day. People think there are rules to life, and there aren't. There's no freaking rules.
Right.
You literally can do whatever you want to do. And people think there's rules, man. There's like these made up, make believe rules that people think, and I see it all the time. I see it here. Let me give you an example. It's like when people come into our platform and our community, and then the way that they ask questions is how I really know that there's these rules that somehow have been ingrained in people, because it's like they're always asking for permission. You know, like when can I start marketing? You know what I mean? Like, when can I start doing this? When should I and it's like they're constantly asking for permission. And it's not a bad thing. And I'm not trying to shame anybody for doing that. I think it's been ingrained in us from society. It's like we sit in school, can I go to the bathroom? We ask the boss, can I have tomorrow off? So there's so much programming about us asking for permission for these rules that have been enforced on us or made up to get us to all kind of stand in line. But you sound like you buck that system. Can you talk more about how you think about rules and how you think about shooting first and asking questions later, and just what comes up for you as I say that?
I totally agree. And I even see it with my boys now. Like they're going to the public schools and everything. And it's just like, it's kind of sad, like that it's like, oh, you got to listen and you got to stay in line. And I agree with that. I mean, to a point, like you got to respect authority and everything. But then it's like, oh my gosh, I just totally see them like conforming. And it's kind of scary, you know, like.
Totally.
And my husband and I, our plan, you know, is once they get done with elementary school, we are going to homeschool them and just teach them what we want them to know about life, finances, finances and entrepreneurship, and like not fitting into that little mold. Like, it's like, you can do anything, you can be anything, you can go anywhere. It's like, no, you don't have to stay in this box. And I just see so many people for so long, they get so comfortable and complacent, and it's just like, it's just really sad. Like, you have one life to live, and you don't, like you said, you don't have to abide by all these rules that life sets on you, you know?
Yeah. And so we could totally talk about just parenting, but we'll try to keep business focused. I'm so I love being a parent. Like I'm
it's amazing.
I really do. Like, it's like my favorite thing in the world. But we'll do a follow-up on that. So like you know, I see people, and so many of you guys who are listening right now, you know, you're here to start a business. That's why you're listening to this. That's why you're here within our community, here to start a business. I just want to speak directly to you guys for a moment and remind you that there's no rules. I'm never going to give you permission because I'm not your boss. I'm not your guru. I don't want to create dependent people. I don't want to create dependent clients and students. The moment that you decided to just even enroll in our, 15-day challenge is the moment. At any time after that, you could give yourself permission, and you have to do it, not anybody else. You have to give yourself permission to step in to the boss role of your life, the CEO role of your life, to where the decisions, they float uphill. You're responsible for making the decision, not somebody else, not the teacher, not the boss. And it's never going to happen until you pull the trigger, until you step into that moment. And you got to do it over and over every day. I have to make decisions. I have to be decisive. And Krista, I think that it's just hard to make decisions, right? And people are indecisive, and it's like, well, I'll put it off till tomorrow, or let me ask other people what they think. It's like one of the most common questions in this online marketing world. I've just started declining the question in our Facebook group because it's like, what's the cheapest funnel builder? Well, go research it. Stop asking for everybody's opinion. Just go with one. Who gives a shit, honestly?
Don't waste your time with it. Especially don't waste your time, like hours searching for the best price too. My husband and I have started to learn this, that it's like time is money. Like forget it. Just pick one, move on. Like don't second guess yourself. Just pick it and move on. Even with the 15-day challenge, it's funny because it's an amazing challenge, but it's 15 days and day 1, day 2. I did it all in one day. Like, you're supposed to go day by day. No, like you can get it all done.
Now everybody's going to be like trying to go through it in a day because Christa went through it in a day.
Yeah. I mean, like I had the time, it's like time is money. Get it done.
No, it is, man. I mean, it's like, here's another thing. Like I don't really spend a whole lot of time negotiating. You know what I mean? And here's why. Like, for example, if I'm buying something like, say, a watch, and I'm like, they want $2,000 more, and I really want, and it's like, who gives a shit? Like at the end of the day, like the time and energy that I'm spending is trying to sit here and haggle. I could just be making another move. I could be going in, I could take that time and energy to go create something that's going to bring in, 1,000 times that revenue or 5 times that revenue. And I think, whether it's that I'm, so check this out. Here's a great example for us online marketers. So I'm like, I'm getting my funnel set up, and I'm like, oh God, maybe there's another funnel builder. I hear somebody else. So instead of just taking the time that I have, maybe I have an hour to work that day, and just getting one, just starting, who gives a shit? Just write a bunch of stuff on a paper and throw a dart at it and just go with one, right? Exactly. You could use that hour to set it up. Instead, hold on, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go to a Facebook group and I'm going to ask other people's opinions
and wait.
And then wait. And then the answers confuse me more. And then I feel more scared because somebody projected their fear onto me, or somebody projected their negativity onto me. Now I'm feeling afraid because I've now adopted somebody else's feelings, because I'm letting them do the thinking for me and them doing the testing for me. And now I've wasted the hour, and I'm filled with other people's fear and skepticism or indecisiveness or whatever, instead of just taking action and trying it myself. That's the difference for everybody who's listening. You want to know. Because I know how Krista executes. I want to hear it from her, but she executes the same way I do. At a certain point, time, every minute counts. And I can either wait for other people to make decisions for me, and I can adopt all their fear and negativity and all their opinions, which are like, what?
So much.
Or I could just execute and find out on my own. And now I'm the authority who can teach. And now I have the answers because I actually did it on my own. That's the difference. You agree with that?
Totally. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's simple yet very complicated. The idea is simple, but it's hard to do because of all the fear. And I think that's why not being very conscious and aware about asking for other people's opinions. You mentioned haters in the comments all day long. you are being infiltrated with other people's fear and other people's limiting beliefs. And a lot of times when you ask the wrong person a question, is all they do, sort of like asking a broke person for financial advice. What do you think they're going to do? Give you abundantly, wealthy mindset knowledge? No, they're going to project the same mindset that's kept them broke, but you're asking them for their opinions.
Exactly. And these crabs, these people, like that's the only thing that they're looking to do is just start a fight. They want to bring you down. That's why I don't even acknowledge half these comments, like I am like, no, I'm not even going to waste my time and energy. I'm a mother to 6 kids running a business, and I don't have time for this.
Budding. You should say a budding $1 million business, right? It's
That's right.
budding. It's in the birth phases of becoming $1 million business. And the reason why I offer you that is because you have to speak into existence what you want. And you have to act as if you already have $1 million business. You're running a budding $1 million business.
Exactly, right? Yeah, 100%. I totally agree with that, and I will make it happen.
So, and that's the difference. See, right? Because if Christa asked probably 9.5 out of 10 of friends, family, and they're probably all great, but same thing with me, they'd be like, what are you doing? Like, what? They would project all of their limiting beliefs and all of the same mindset that got them exactly where they're at, which God bless them. And we love them for who they are, but we don't want to model their financial situation. We don't want their business advice versus you come on a show with me, boom. The value that you get is I'm giving you my energy, which is conviction and confidence right now, right? It's in giving you permission to level up. And see, those are the kind of people that we need to talk to, and we need to ask their opinions because they're never going to make here's how you know whether a mentor is a good mentor or a good friend is if you ask them a question, they never make the decision for you. They always put it back on you to make the decision because the power in making your own decisions, you can gather data, but you have to be the one who makes the decisions. Because if you're not, then you don't take total responsibility and you don't get to build your self-esteem from making those tough decisions and then reaping the rewards, knowing that you're the one who chose that and somebody didn't just push you into it or you didn't take somebody's advice, right?
Exactly. And having a mentor and a coach is really good. And like you said, it's good to have another person that has gone before you and you can see that they have made it. They have made money in this business, etc. And you're not just asking for advice from your friends and family. Like, I just feel like it's important to surround yourself with other people that are like doing it. And yeah, that's super important.
Yeah. I mean, it is. So what is your opinion of all the different things that you've seen online, our community here at Legendary, and how have you been affected or connected with others or impacted by what our community, the others, the training and so forth here?
I mean, I feel like it's really good. The Facebook group is really valuable to plug into. The challenge was really good to go through and learn different things, different marketing techniques and stuff. But definitely the Facebook group is really good. And don't just, like you said, don't just take people's advice. Add your own advice. Like if somebody has a question and you can answer it, try to comment back and be of value. Like just be of value in all the different platforms that you're on,
I feel like a lot of times you can learn how not to act and what not to do. Like a lot of times if you're not so desperate for somebody to tell you how to live, what to do, a lot of times you can kind of see yourself in other people. Like you can be like, God, am I that lost, or do I come off as that desperate, or do I come off as that negative? Like instead of just being another, kind of zombie, which a lot of times when we come into starting a business from having a job or being sort of programmed by the system, in a sense, we are a little bit like a zombie. And a lot of times people come in and they've got all this old programming of just negativity and asking for permission and all this kind of stuff. And I would also invite all of you who are who are participating in our community to also to learn and not judge, not look down on, but look at others and be reminded who you are, who you were, who you don't want to be. Because again, to step into leadership is the highest paid skill in the world, not sales, not biohacking, not brain surgery, leadership. And Krista, I think that's what you were just alluding to, was don't just be a taker, be somebody who's there willing to give value, and use communities, use comment threads, use posts as a way to contribute and to add value instead of always looking at what you can take, right?
Exactly. And like, people, just check yourself. Like, I would feel like I try not to put out any negative vibes, like, it's so important to lift each other up, like, there is enough room on this online space and online marketing and TikTok and everything. There's enough room for everyone, so it's like, keep adding value, giving away your free content, etc. Like, don't just hoard it for yourself, because when you help others, that's when, like, you really grow yourself.
So I guess you don't think that saturation is real, like they're like the marketplace is saturated, or TikTok or Instagram is saturated, or the affiliate marketing space is saturated, which is such a common thing that people say or ask. What's your opinion on that?
Oh yeah, I hear it all the time. And I just talked to a guy, and he's like, he was helping with my blog or something, and he was like, "Oh, I see you're in the make money online space." He's like, "No, you don't want to get into that or whatever. It's way too saturated. You're not going to see any growth from that." And I'm like thinking, who are you to tell me? Like, what? No way, because I am in it right now. I am growing my following and making money as we speak, and
Right. Why do you think I'm paying your ass to do what I'm paying you to do right now?
exactly. Like, I couldn't believe that he told me this. I mean, I've had multiple men.
That's a lack of awareness, though, and that's what I'm talking about. We can look at other people and say, God, do I have that lack of awareness? Do I say things? I call that the guy who knows a little bit about a lot of things, right?
Oh, yeah, you see that all the time, and I'm sorry to the men out there, but it's
Oh, the
like,
mansplaining is stupid. It's off. Yeah.
like, he told me to go sell clothing and lipstick or whatever. Like, he's
Oh,
like,
what a
don't get me.
what a misogynistic pig.
I know. It's like, okay, women, we can do this. We can totally do this.
Telling him to buzz off. Really.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Krista, you are awesome and inspiration. Thank you for coming on and sharing value. I'm going to let you get back because Dad's probably needing some assistance in that other room with freaking, you know what I mean? So anyways, thank you for your time. Keep up the fantastic work. Stay legendary. You're doing an awesome job. And maybe we can talk a little bit more parenting and so forth on round number 2 if you'll come back.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me so much.
All right, Krista, we'll talk to you later, okay?
Thanks. Hey, and don't forget to follow me on TikTok, Krista Greener. I'm launching my courses and my coaching program soon.
There you go. All right. Awesome little plug there. And I just told my daughter, we were watching Shark Tank last night, and this couple came on, and the woman was sort of the main pitch person for their offer. Nice. And they all said no. And then she goes, all of them, all 5 sharks said no. And then she said, instead of turning around and walking off the stage, she said, I want to take one more shot at this. And she repitched them from a different angle with a little bit of a different deal and just went for it. And she got a deal.
Hell yeah. That's amazing.
You know what I mean? So yeah. And you know what was cool about it was my daughter came down and gave me the puppy dog eyes and asked for some CC daddy time. She likes to get 5 minutes, right? So, she's always, we haven't had any CC daddy time in a long time, even if we just had some like the night before. But this is after. She's in bed and she gets out. But she was sitting on my lap as that happened. And I said to her when that happened, I said, you see what just happened? I said, always keep trying.
Keep going. Yeah. Even if you fail, even if it doesn't work out for you, like, no, it is gonna work out. Have that mindset, keep those positive vibes. So important.
Yeah. Well, you stay awesome, stay legendary. We'll see you,
Thank
Krista.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, my friends, go and follow her. Okay, check her out. She's awesome. What a great attitude. What a powerful entrepreneur. Though she is a woman, just entrepreneur in general, right? And marketer. It's for those of you who are thinking that this is just a male dominated space. It's not. There's incredible female leadership, female marketers that are doing the damn thing and are really just proving the haters, and as that asshole that she was talking about, the sexist pigs out there who think that women have no place, to come out here and kick some ass and take some names. You do, no matter who you are, where you're from, age, race, sexual identity, creed, religion, male, female, whatever, however you identify, there's room for you. And this is where the market is going. The internet is that wild, wild west, and there are no rules. Remember that. Be legendary. See you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.